What were your parents' names?
The parents were Clara Beeler and Edward Gablehouse.
Edward Gablehouse. Okay.
Yeah,
And how many siblings did you have
I
growing up?
had two sisters. Well, I have one whole sister and two half
Two halves.
brother and sister.
Okay.
Yeah,
And where did you grow up or live?
we lived in a little town called Crete, Nebraska.
Cretan, Nebraska. Okay. Do you remember anything specific about Cretan?
It had the mills there. My mom worked at the mills.
Okay.
So, and Dad worked at my stepdad worked at the Buick Pontiac garage, the mechanic.
And did you have any? Who did you look up to as a child and why?
You know, we just didn't do that back in those days.
You didn't? No.
No,
Okay. That's good. Okay. I'm just screw these questions. Okay. What is your fondest memory with your family?
Well, when we went to Lake Okoboji,
Okoboji?
yeah, it's in Iowa, Clearwater, western part. And we went as a family. We had a really good time.
That's good.
So, but first day we got there was a drowning.
Oh, no.
So, but it didn't have anything to do with us. So we just went ahead and enjoyed ourselves.
Do you have a favorite meal that your mom made? Or
Oh,
dad?
yeah.
Yeah.
Fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and gravy and corn. Ooh, I miss that. She made the best fried chicken ever. But, you know, it was chicken from the farm.
Fresh chicken.
You didn't buy it. So that's what made it taste so good, I think. So, yeah, it was good.
How did you end up in Iowa?
Well, I went to school. I went to a Catholic girls' school for 3 years at Council Bluffs, Iowa. So, kind of knew a little bit of Iowa, but the reason I moved there is because I met my husband. He was in the air base in Lincoln, Nebraska. They had an air base. And I met him on the street corner.
Really?
Yeah. It was right by the bowling alley. And us girls were walking home and he said, the guys, there was like 4 guys, and they said, does anybody know how to keep score? And of course, everybody goes, Mary does, Mary does. So we went and kept score for him. That's how I met him.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your first date?
First date, bowling.
Bowling?
Yeah.
Who won?
Me, of course.
Okay. Did you have anything to eat on that date?
No. Maybe popcorn, you know, at the bowling alley, but nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Who was your first kiss with?
You know, I can't even remember his name, but it wasn't my husband. Rex, I think his name was. I don't know.
Do you remember when?
Well, I was already like 17, 18 before. But, yeah, a bunch of us girls went out together. Bunch of guys. You used to do a lot of that back then. And so we kind of hooked up a little, and he kissed me. I was like, I didn't know if I liked it or not.
Okay. How was your first time being a mom?
It was awesome. But we had to leave the baby in the hospital. She was a preemie.
Really?
Yeah, Pamela. So I could only look at her through the wall, you know. So, but then about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then we got to take her home. So it was just, I didn't know, I was dumb. I didn't know what the heck to do with a baby.
I don't think any new mom knows what to do.
Yeah.
Just
You
figure
just
it out.
do it, yeah. Of course, then I ended up having 6 of them, so.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite memory of you and your kids together?
Yeah. But anytime when my ex would leave, then the kids and I were together. We had the best times.
Best time.
Just doing dumb stuff,
Yeah.
Even just walking down to the carnival or whatever, But, yeah, it was every time he was gone.
Okay. Did you have any career that you wanted to do when you were a kid? Like, I want to be an astronaut or
I wanted to be a ballet dancer.
a ballet dancer.
Yes.
Did you take ballet classes?
No.
No?
We couldn't afford to take any of that stuff, so. But I would twirl on my toes, pretend.
Okay.
But that went out the window.
Yeah. Now, I don't know much about your parents.
Yeah.
Too much. Do you know where they came from?
Yeah, they came from a little town, Nebraska called Sutton.
Sutton?
And my dad, he was a gadabout. He was here and there, and his folks lived in Lincoln. So it was, well, I think they were married about 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Then divorced. But he was one of these that was never around, Don't know too much about him. But I knew his family.
Okay.
He had a wonderful family, but boy, he was the black sheep of the family. So, but and Mom had 8 brothers and sisters, I think, something like that.
Wow.
There was a big family. So they lived on a farm. So, but yeah, they didn't see much of them. They worked all the time, So,
yeah.
But we'd get together at one of the aunts' houses and have big meals, big German meals,
German meals.
Yeah.
Now, was her family from Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like straight?
Well, Grandpa Beeler was from Odessa, Russia.
Really?
He was a theologian. He taught theology out there. And then when the Bolsheviks came, they had to get out. So that's when they moved over here. He didn't know anything about farming. But what else could he do? He had free land, I guess. So,
Wow.
but now Grandpa Gablehouse, he was a little more educated, and he started a business, a grocery store. So, used to love to go to his grocery store, especially when the Bing cherries were in season. Ooh, he'd give us bags of Bing cherries. So,
Okay.
but they were all older, so we didn't really have a lot going on. And then my mom married Joe Moss, and there I had the little redheaded sister, Rosie. So, and we didn't know we had David.
Yeah.
My mother gave him up for adoption when he was born.
Wow.
It was during the war. They did that stuff. So he was looking one day for his family, and he found me. I knew right away. It's funny when you get a phone call like that, But I knew right away that he was my brother. Just felt it.
Yeah.
So
That's good. What were your favorite subjects in school, if you had any?
I liked home ec.
Home ec?
We had that in school. And I like ancient history.
Ancient history?
Yeah. We had a nun that taught ancient history. She is so good. She made it so interesting.
Okay. Did you have a
So-
favorite part of ancient history? Just
All of it.
All
Yeah.
of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So I really enjoyed that part.
did you like your Catholic school?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was just girls. Of course, it was a place where you could be a nun if you wanted to. But I didn't want to be a nun.
No.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun. Even with the nuns around, Some of them were so funny. We had Sister Mary Henry that would go out and shoot the squirrels.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She had a pellet gun. She'd go out, shoot squirrels, and then they'd clean them and gather them up, and then when she had enough, we had a big party. Squirrel.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. We had some good times. So
Sounds like it. Sure.
yeah.
Was there anything that you would say you considered your hero growing up?
Well, I think probably the saints. I mean, because we were in the Catholic Church, so some of the saints were my heroes.
Okay.
So Saint Jude, I liked him, and Saint Rose, Saint Mary Rose. She was a nun, I guess. So, but yeah, we had stuff at school, to do with the.
Mm-hmm.
So that's. But for people, I don't know. We just didn't express that stuff too much. Some girls had little crushes on people, but not me.
Okay. Did you ever want to travel, or is there any countries that you wanted to travel to?
Yes. I wanted to travel all around the United States, first of all. And then I would like to have gone to Australia.
Australia?
See that big red rock.
The Red Rock, okay.
I don't know why, but that was always in my head.
Okay. Did you ever want to go to like Russia or Germany or?
No.
No?
I
see the motherland.
Well, it was right after the war and everything, so.
No.
No.
Okay. Did you have a favorite child?
I'm not supposed to say.
It's a good answer.
Yes. I loved all my children. There's a couple that I'm really fond of, but
Okay.
I do not want to say it.
Good answer. Is there anything your family did for fun growing up?
Nope.
No.
I mean, not too much. We just would take a vacation, try to take one every summer. So we did the Lake Okoboji one. We went to Colorado. We went to Niobrara State Park. That's in northern Nebraska. Stuff like that I remember, But when I was younger, I don't remember. Just going to visit cousins.
Right.
Yeah.
Basic stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite family stories? Like somebody got stuck somewhere or anything like that?
Oh. Huh. Not that I can think of right offhand.
Okay. No worries.
God, we were like little goody two-shoes. We just didn't do anything wrong, ever.
That's good though.
Yeah.
How were your chores different from nowadays when you were growing up?
Chores?
Yeah, like cleaning dishes.
Yeah,
or
we did.
clothes.
We had to do the dishes, and every Saturday we had to clean. And Mom would do the laundry, and we'd dust and vacuum and all that, us girls. So we didn't have to do anything outside because we were girls.
That's good.
Yeah.
So the boys had to do all the outside.
Well, I didn't have boys. We
Oh.
just had us girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So stepdad did all the outside stuff. So, but
That's not bad.
yeah.
How was the kitchen that you grew up in?
Small.
Small.
Yeah. Pretty small little kitchen when I think about it. But we fit because there's only 3 of us, you know. Well, Kay never cooked. My sister Kay never cooked. Still doesn't cook. But Mom showed me everything she knew. So Rosie was too little. She was
the oopsie.
yeah. Well, she's my stepdad's daughter, you know,
Okay.
so you have to give at least one more kid.
Yeah.
So, but the one time Kay and I would fight, and then we were doing dishes, and I don't know what she said to me anymore, but I got so mad I broke a plate over her head.
Really?
Yeah.
I would
She
have
just shocked.
paid to see that.
She was just shocked, so was I, that I did it. But
Wow.
yeah.
Did you have a favorite family meal that you would ask for your mom to cook?
Oh yeah, the chicken.
The chicken. Okay. Anything else?
Usually every Sunday, or once in a while, she'd make a roast with potatoes and carrots.
Okay.
It was always so good too. The meat was better, so much better back then, years ago.
It's fresh meat.
Yes. So, pork chops, pork roast. You make pork roast and then put sauerkraut. And dumplings. She made the best dumplings.
Ooh.
Yeah, she did. I never did get the hang of them though. I just couldn't do it.
Okay. Did you have anything as a kid that you were like scared of, like clowns or zombies or ghosts or anything like that?
No, I was the tough kid.
You were the tough one.
Well, it was like one time we came back to our house when I was at the convent thing. We had a private house for us girls. And we got there and the front door was open a little. And everybody's going, oh, I'm not going in, I'm going in. I'm going to go get the nun, you know. I said, oh, I'll walk in. I walked in, there was nobody in there, you know. But yeah, I wasn't scared. I don't know why.
That's good.
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
What was the biggest hardship that you were able to overcome?
Biggest hardship was my Michael passing away, my oldest son. That was so hard. But I had a boyfriend by the name of Keith Havenhill, and he helped me through that. So everybody knew Keith and loved him. Yeah.
It's my grandpa.
Yeah. So.
How did you meet Keith?
Well, his daughter and my youngest daughter, who's your mother, introduced us.
Really?
Yes. They had us over for a meal because Keith had just lost his wife. She had passed away maybe about 5 months before that. And he had had open heart surgery, so he was just getting back on his feet. And so we talked, and then he said the magic words. You want to go to the casino?
Did you go?
I said, sure. Yeah, of course I did. So then after that, we kind of just started doing things together, and that was it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's good. Did you win anything at the discount casino that night? Or
Yeah, we just won what we spent.
won what you spent?
Yeah.
So got everything back.
Yeah. So, but that was good because otherwise, if we would have lost it all, we would have been.
Right.
Yeah.
Did Keith cook anything that you loved?
Oh, yeah. He cooked because I worked for Casey's Corporation, and we traveled all week, and I'd come home on Thursday night, and he'd have something ready in the crock pot. So he made all kinds of stuff. So everything was good because I didn't have to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you wish you would have met Keith earlier in your life?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Of course, then I wouldn't have had my kids. But right after I had them, maybe it would have been nice to meet Keith. He was a wonderful man. So all my kids loved him, all his kids, everybody in town loved him.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, I wish I would have met him earlier. But he was married too, so,
Yeah.
the way it goes.
True.
Yeah.
Do you consider Keith's kids and family your family?
Yeah, they're part of my family. They consider me too. They include me in everything they do. So if I'm up to it, but of course they wasn't always like that.
Really?
At first, the youngest daughter was not too happy that her dad had found somebody to do stuff with. But I won her over.
Good.
Yeah, her name is Bambi.
Yeah, Bambi.
She babysat you.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Did you have a favorite book or book series?
Yeah, I like the Fern Michaels.
The Fern Michaels?
She writes, and then I love James Patterson.
Okay.
Like his books. There's a few of them. Stuart Woods. Just, if I see one, that's the one I get. So,
okay.
Yeah, I read constantly.
I know. Do you have a favorite movie?
Well, the Bourne.
Bourne ones?
Jason Bourne.
Really?
Oh, yes. Anytime one's on, I don't care that I've seen it a million times. I got to watch it.
Okay.
So,
wow, the Bourne.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I just love those movies.
Okay. Favorite TV show?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Okay.
The Days of Our Lives. But
okay.
Most of the stuff they've taken off from years ago that we used to watch. So,
was there ever a time in your life when you felt like you were heading down the wrong path? What ended up happening, and did you learn from that experience?
I can't see that I ever did. I'm one of these people that accepts life the way if that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it is, And things happen for a reason. That's my philosophy.
That's a good one.
Well, I kind of think just going through what I did with my ex and then losing Michael and then losing Keith later, it just prepares you for everything.
Right, that's life.
Yeah.
Is there one thing you're especially proud of?
I'm proud of all my kids, my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and I have great-greats.
Great-greats?
3 great-greats. So
okay.
We're passing on down the gene.
Yeah. What word of advice would you give to the younger generation?
Be kind. and listen, and don't bully. Don't think you know it all and push people out. Listen to people. So yeah.
What was your favorite job?
My favorite job was my last one, working for Casey's Corporation, the inventory crew. Really enjoyed that job.
Okay.
Because before I was either a cook or a waitress, so I worked at the bowling alley. I guess I liked that job too. But
Mom told me about them yelling out Mary Jane.
yeah. Yep.
Was there anything that you had misconceptions of when you were younger?
Well, I didn't know anything. I was really dumb where sex and all that was concerned. Ugh. We just didn't talk about that stuff.
I don't think they did back then.
Yeah, they didn't.
What would you like most to be remembered for?
That I was a kind person. I love my family.
So this is a question from my mother.
Okay.
She wants to know if you were pregnant before you got married.
Yes, I was.
And
Just barely,
just barely?
because I still had a preemie.
Okay.
I mean, Pam was still born early. So I think maybe I was maybe 1 or 2, not even 2 months pregnant when we got engaged and
Okay.
got married.
How did he propose?
He wrapped a ring in a box and put a bunch of batteries. So it was heavy. They wanted me to guess what it was. Well, it was too heavy for a ring, So, but then, yeah.
And then,
I opened it up and there was the wedding ring. So, I mean, the engagement ring. So,
wow. Do you remember where you got married at?
yes, we got married in Crete, Nebraska at the Catholic Church
Okay.
on April 11th, 1958,
Wow.
I think. Yeah.
Do you remember who was there, or is it just
It
family?
was just a close family.
Okay.
Kay was my witness, and her boyfriend at the time was Roy's. So I had my mom and dad and my other sister. Just didn't have very many people there.
Okay. Now, your mom had a cafe?
Yes, when I was young.
Do you remember the cafe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first she had just a little dinky one, and it was just burgers and stuff. And then some guy came and asked if she would open the cafe and next to his bar, because he wanted a cafe in there. So she went ahead and did it, and we had more fun in that back room where the canned goods were and stuff, my sister and I. So, but she ran that cafe until she met Joe, and they got married and then moved to Crete. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Heard your first job was at a bra factory.
Yes.
How was that?
Form fit.
Form fit.
I made good money. I had to sew the cups into the band.
Really?
And I just went zip, zip, zip. Man, I made the money. Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom worked there. My sisters worked there. It was one of the, main working places in our little town. So.
How was each? Do you want to go through each kid's birth? Pam was a preemie.
Yeah.
So the next one.
Michael, he came when he was supposed to. It was a little bit late. He was the 13th of January, Friday the 13th. And his head, usually a child's head. Is it the shoulders that are biggest or the head?
I think.
But whatever. He had both of them head. So I had to really push to get him out. So, but then Mario, he was a little easier, but I thought he was going to die when I had him because they said something about it was turning color. And I'm like, I shouldn't listen to the nurses, So, but he was fine. And Don Marcus, I had him in Nebraska. Where did we have him? Auburn, Nebraska. So, and then Jennifer, I had her. Where did I have Jennifer? I had her at St. Luke's in Davenport. Same with Anna. So.
Okay. And they're easy? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were easy.
How was your experience buying your first home?
Well, we just did it. My ex never really consulted me. If he wanted to do it, he just did it. He didn't care what I thought. So he said, we bought a house. Come sign the papers. That's all.
Okay. How was did you like your neighbors?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked my neighbors.
That's good. Did you have a favorite neighbor?
Stearman's.
Stearman's?
Yeah, because they lived there and they had boys and girls. Big family, too. So
Okay.
the other houses, they changed people pretty often. So.
I heard you like going to concerts.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite concert?
First concert I ever went to was Ray Price it was in Davenport somewhere. But yeah, I don't know how I ever got there or who took us, But then the casino had concerts and we get free tickets, so used to go.
Used to go to those?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What's your favorite hobby?
Read.
Read? Okay.
Yeah, I like to read. Although I haven't done much of it since I've been here, to keep me so busy and occupied, I haven't been able to read a full book yet. So.
What do you think has stayed the same throughout your entire life? About you?
Yeah.
What do you think stayed the same?
I guess because I'm kind of like easygoing. I don't know. I'm not a mean person or I don't know, change my mind or get mad or might get mad, but people don't know it.
Okay. Is there anything that you haven't told anyone?
No.
Any secret that you haven't told anyone?
Not that I know of.
No.
I forget things, and then sometimes they'll come back, and I think, oh, crap, I never told anybody about that.
Okay.
But when you get to my age, you forget so much of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
If you go back to any age, what would it be?
About 60, 65.
65?
Right around when I met Keith.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those are your golden years?
Golden years, yep. Yep.
Did you and Keith have a favorite vacation you went to?
Yeah, we got free. We're really good at this. We got free rooms and stuff at Laughlin, Nevada.
Yeah.
They had a airplane that they would send to the different towns. Laughlin did pick up people to bring them to Laughlin, Nevada. And one of my friends did it. So I went with her the first time. And then after that, I started going with her or with Keith. And we used to go, just not so much that we wanted to gamble so much, but we just wanted to get away.
Right.
So it was so darn hot in Nevada. Oh, crap. That took away from it a little bit, So, but otherwise, we always had a good time together.
Is there anything you remember about your grandparents?
No.
No?
No. Don't remember just my grandpa Gablehouse. I remember him, kind of. He liked to work in the garden, even when he was 96.
Wow.
He used to go out and flower garden. He had a flower garden.
Wow.
But otherwise, the others I don't remember. Now, Kay, she remembers all about Grandpa Beeler.
Really?
But I was in school and she wasn't, so
okay.
Made a difference.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite time when all the family got together? Like your kids and their kids?
Yeah, but it's sad to say it was when Keith passed away, because we all got together. Because otherwise we just couldn't get together. We don't do much together. We live all over the different parts of the United States. You just don't get together. So, but I'd enjoy having everybody. Well, I enjoyed this time with you here and Jasmine, so that was great. I wish we could have gotten a hold of Shane.
I know.
But, oh well.
Yeah.
I'll probably get a phone call from Pam. Wondering why we didn't get a hold of him.
We tried.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to your kids?
I want to tell them that I've always loved them and respected them, and know that I've done the best I could to help them get through this life. So, and just keep hanging in there. That's the best thing. Just keep going. So, it's about all I can think of right offhand.
All right.
Just that, love you all, and I'm glad we had this talk, and wish I had some secrets to tell you, but what you see is what you get.